Kosar Ismail is on a drug run. He is carrying Somaliland's most valuable cargo, chat. This is the fastest chat driver in the land. He stops for no one and nothing. Last week an old woman got in his way. She just about survived. Today the race is tight. The first truck to reach market will get the highest prices. Somaliland's young government, desperately short of resources, had begun taxing chat. But the stop lasts only minutes. And then it's on the road again, whether everyone's aboard or not. The chat race claims 1 or 2 lives every week. Kosar Ismail spent the night in Ethiopia, where the chat is grown. He chewed all night and, caught at a police checkpoint, is riding high. Between arriving in Ethiopia, crossing the border, how much chat did you chew? What do you feel like when you've eaten a kilo of chat? And with that, our time was up. This man earns more in a day than most people make in a month. Kosar arrives in the capital Hargeisa in less than an hour. First again, there's already a crowd waiting, hanging on the arrival of the harmless-looking green leaves that are in reality a powerful stimulant. Chat is the biggest business there is in Somaliland, and the first truckload of the day is guaranteed to sell out in minutes. The man who has brought the first truck says he feels like a king. Chat drains Somaliland of about $200,000 hard currency a day, a third of the country's annual health budget. Economically, chat is a catastrophe. Somaliland first became separate in the 19th century, when the colonial powers carved up the Somali-speaking lands of the Horn. The southern shores of the Gulf of Aden fell to Britain, which held them until Hargeisa and Mogadishu united to form an independent Somalia in 1960. 5 years ago, Somaliland reasserted its independence, devastated by a genocidal civil war. Today, much of Hargeisa still looks like this, pulverized by Mogadishu's tanks and planes. Tens of thousands died in a decade of war. Hundreds of thousands fled towards Ethiopia, where they found some consolation in chewing chat. For the rebels in the bush, chat became like daily bread. Yusuf Gabube, leader of the War Veterans Association, took us to meet some of his former comrades, who explained how chat helped them in the war.
Main advantage was we used to become very alert when we chew chat. We used to walk longer distances, and also it was a kind of a stimulant for us to be more active.
Daria Abdullahi Yusuf still chews for 16 hours a day. The result is insomnia, a poor appetite, empty pockets. I went with Yusuf to talk to some of the women who have been compelled to become breadwinners, even though it means selling the very thing that has forced them onto the streets in the first place. Does she like selling chat, Yusuf? Is she happy to be selling it?
No, it's not a good thing. Very hard thing to do. You sit under the sun all the time, and the returns are very small.
And children are left unattended, gathering the crumbs that fall from the chat tables. Do you have chat? Do you eat it? Yes. You eat it? No. What is this for? No. What is this for?
Shave it.
For money.
Yes.
For money. Is it a lot of money or a little money? Money or a little money? Little money. We followed the money trail to the home of one of Somaliland's biggest chat traders, Mohammed Hassan. Hi, Mohammed. How much money can you make as a chat trader these days in Somaliland?
Well, in a good day, you will make $2,000 to $3,000.
What makes it a good day for you?
Well, you have to be very lucky. For example, your truck comes in first, or your competitor's truck overturns.
So if one of your competitors has an accident, that makes it a good day for you?
Yes, it will make a good day for you, because his charge will be postponed from the market, and probably you will have the market by yourself.
Do you think it's a good thing, chat chewing?
I don't think it's a good thing to do chat.
Why not?
Because it's not good for anything. It's a waste of money. It affects the family relations. It affects your ability to do fruitful work, or it's not good in any way.
In that case, why are you encouraging it by selling it?
If I'm not selling, there will be somebody else who is selling it. So if it is somebody else, it'd rather be me.
Family relations are now so affected by the chat culture that Hargeisa District Court is filled with women seeking divorce. The international community may be fickle, but chat is a faithful mistress. Shikri Yusuf's husband is an unemployed war veteran. Her marriage has fallen apart, like every other marriage in court today, because of the 1-2 punch of poverty and chat.
إن شاء الله تحصل على حقوقك. اسمع.
And with that, another bond was broken.
Je dépensais rien du tout. Il ne me donne pas ni de manger, ni de dépenses sur moi.
Qu'est-ce qu'il faisait avec son argent?
Il mangeait avec le cas.
Il mangeait beaucoup de cas?
Bien sûr. Lorsqu'il mange le cas, il ne dormait pas toute la nuit. Il venait vers 3h minuit. Mais moi, je dormais. Je ne savais même pas si j'avais énervé ou pas.
Yusuf and I drove into the desert to meet other casualties of chat. For chat is also a major health problem. Young men already traumatized by war are being paralyzed and blinded by strokes. These men are experiencing chat psychosis, victims, according to some researchers, of the highest incidence of mental illness in the world. But Somaliland has not a single psychiatrist. What it does have is an open-air asylum run by a traditional healer who bans chat and replaces walls with chains. This young man was in Yusuf's battalion and explained through him exactly what that meant.
Our battalion was a guerrilla battalion of 120, and only 30 survived.
30 out of 120? How many people have you met that you know here, Yusuf?
Well, I think the majority of them are known to me.
How do you feel when you see them here like this?
Very sad. It seems that the number is increasing.
Increasing too because of returnees from Britain, where chat is a huge problem in the expatriate Somali community. This young man chewed almost around the clock in London. His mother brought him back to Somaliland for a cure. Do you think the chains solve your problem? No. Not? But not just chains, whips too, meant to exorcise the devils that they say have possessed him since he chewed. Right. Does it hurt? Does it hurt when I touch it? It's grim, but it's all there is. Hargeisa's psychiatric ward was destroyed in the war. But if Somaliland is growing stronger, so too is Chad. It's no longer just trucks that transport the drug. As security increases, planes are ferrying it to far-flung corners of the country, to villages and rangelands where the leaves are entirely new. Bundle after bundle piles up problems masquerading as pleasure, tipping Somaliland's wings every step of the way.